much to discover.
Hey guys, Sadeus here again, playing Subnautica today. Now this is a game I was messing around with a couple of months ago, but this is the first video I've done on it, and I'm going to try something a bit differently. This one is actually more of a how-to video. I'm part of a group on Facebook. It's a little closed community called Subnautica Community, and a question came up the other day on what's one of the best ways to get to the Lost River. So I'm going to show how I do it. I know there's a couple of ways to get in there. There are a bunch of tunnels that lead here, there, and everywhere all over the map. But this one happens to be over the Blood Kelp Zone. And it's, for me, it's one of the easiest to get the Cyclops down there, even though it is a little bit dangerous in a few locations and a little bit tight. So I'm going to start off. I'll just show you where we're located right now. If you look, I'm going to raise it up here. That little kind of shadowy blob off in the distance, that's the Aurora. And the yellow life pod there is the starting life pod, so we're about 1,000 meters west of it in the Blood Kelp Zone. So before we get going on here, I just ask that you hit that subscribe button so you know when I get new videos popping up. I usually do them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This one I guess will be an extra that I will throw on probably tomorrow, being Monday. Along with some other videos that I have waiting in the wings. So we're going to get going here. I'll show you, if you hit F1 on your game actually, it brings up this lovely, all of your world position, your camera world and everything else. So it tells us right now, if you look about a third of the way down, it says camera world position. That's your coordinates for where you are on the map grid. And a little farther down it says player biome, it says Blood Kelp. That's about halfway down. So we know we're above the Blood Kelp Zone anyway. So we are going to get going. Now, I ran into a snag. I was trying to do this recording a few minutes ago, and when I got down a little bit further, the rendering did not keep up with me, and I ended up going straight down and past a bunch of the caverns and things. So hopefully it does it properly this time. I'm probably going to go a bit slower and see if it works properly. But we'll get going here. So I have all these buoys set up all over the place that from my travels. So the one we are looking for right now is this guy down below that says Blood Kelp Base. That is kind of my waypoint indicator. There's a wreck right beside it, actually, a fairly large wreck. So we're just going to start heading straight down. And I built this base. This is my biggest base, actually. I have a few of them around. This one is sort of on a shelf that is in one of the, I guess, more shallow areas of the Blood Kelp Zone. But if you see those lights poking out and everything else, that's all part of my base, which they still haven't fixed the glitch. So those little blobs that just flashed in, that is the wreck rendering itself. So if you look around, there's this trench on both sides. It's a little dark to see at the moment, but when we get closer you'll see it. I just want to make sure I don't bash my sub on the way down here, because this actually ends up being sort of a tight fit. You pretty much have to just descend straight down without steering. So you see it's kind of tight on both sides. Now the other funky thing about this wreck in particular, there's a couple of warpers from where I built my base. Oh, see I'm catching, I'm going to move forward a bit. There's a couple of warpers tend to appear around here and down there and give me a hard time when I'm busy mucking around with stuff on this, trying to harvest and things like that. And you'll also see this one tall tree is sticking straight out of my moon pool. I just happened to build a moon pool there, and the tree, I thought it might make the tree disappear, but no, it stayed. So it's just kind of a funky indicator. Okay. So now I'm going to have to back up so I don't hit on this wreck. This wreck is fairly substantial and it crosses the chasm. And if you look really close, you see all that green glowy stuff down there? That is something to do with the precursors. I believe it's a location for one of their facilities, if I remember right, but we're going to skip that for this video. That may also explain why the warpers tend to hang around here. So I'm just going to keep going straight past. And where we are looking to go You see there's this Lost River entrance and lava, and this one that says Lost River Base, and lava pit to PCF. PCF is primary containment facility, PCF base. So this one is my base in the Lost River, the blue guy. The red guy is my waypoint to tell me how we go from the Lost River into the lava zone. This one is the beacon that I set up that tells us how to go from the lava zone into the farther lava zone, which has the primary containment facility. And that is my base that is right next to the PCF, where I've set up a bunch of stuff. And I have a special prawn down there that has the thermal power generator on it, so it feeds off all the heat from that area, so it never needs power. So I'm just going to keep going straight down, 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 down. Now if you haven't been to the blood kelp zone before, these red blobs are blood oil. You can pick them up, they take up kind of a big chunky spot in your inventory, and you need 3 of those to make benzene, I believe it is. Oh, hello, sir. So yeah, I'm just going to keep descending. And I'm going to have to move forward a bit and descend some more. See if I can avoid bashing my poor sub. We're going to hit it again. Alright, so we're going to steer a bit. This is me going backwards. Okay, this should be a little better. Now if you see that camera world position, it's showing the middle coordinate is our depth. So we're heading to 500 meters down. And there's more of these lovely glowing trees. And you see the color starts changing. And actually it tells us on the player biome list right there, it says player biome trench. Oh, and there's a blood oil falling that came off of one of those trees. So this green bit is the start of the Lost River, if you see it all here. So you'll see it change to say Lost River at some point here. And just to make things a little bit more clear, I'm going to pop out of the camera for a sec so you can see right now we are facing southeast and we want to go this way, which is northeast. And I find it way easier to steer in here using the ship's cameras rather than looking out the front. So we're gonna go this way, because that's what I'm looking for, is that waypoint to my Lost River base. And we're gonna go kind of slow here. Now the other dicey thing about this area, when you get going a little bit closer, is the crab squids, which suck. They look like giant brainy, well, crabs mixed with spiders kind of thing, and they give off an EMP that temporarily disables you. So make sure you got lots of power and lots of backup batteries, and you're going to need those things anyway when you're throwing your shields on and your stealth mode and running your engines like crazy. And also there's some little I don't even know what they're called. I call them power leeches. These little nasty things that cling to your ship and feed off all the battery power. So if we get to that, I'll show you how we deal with them. So you see we're in this lovely trench. Now I'm going to switch to my top camera. And we'll keep going here. And I'm just going on slow here just because I want the rendering to catch up. So you see all this stuff. So again, this is where I'm looking over here, is to the northeast. That's where we want to go. Oh, there's a crab squid. And he just got us. But I find if you just keep holding forward, once your power comes back on, you can haul ass and get out. And I'm going to have to keep going this way first. So you do have to descend quite a bit farther down. Yeah, and he caught us again. Oh no, he didn't. Cool. So you'll also see on all these, on my beacons, a lot of them have a number beside the name. That is just to remind me of what depth these things are sitting at. Now if you look over there, there's a big skeleton. That is, well, it's a big skeleton. So we are actually heading, I believe, yeah, we're heading kind of east-northeast right now. And there are some other nasties around here, so I'm going to try to be sneaky and go past all this. And if they pop up, well, then we will have to do some evading. You'll see I have the shield module on here and the decoy and also the stealth mode and cameras. As well, I put the fire suppression system in on this ship, which has saved my butt a couple of times. So I would suggest you use that. We can't access it from driving this. You gotta hop off of the helm to use it. But it really saves you from trying to put out all those fires. Alright, somebody's picking on us. Okay, we're not taking a lot of damage though. So we're gonna keep descending. And I'm gonna try to kick in our silent running and see if they leave us alone here. So now we're gonna head this way, which is more northeast. Descend some more.
Warning, calculating.
Oh, we are not making any noise. Shut up, Jarvis. And you'll see this kind of drops off. The Lost River's a little weird like that. Well, oh goody, there's our not so friendly friends. These guys are kind of mean. And I think they might be coming to visit. So we're just gonna sit here for a sec and wait for the stealth mode to kick back. I'm gonna creep forward a little bit at a time in hopes that... No, one of them's red. Just turned hostile. I'm going to turn this off for the moment because I might need to be able to look through there. And we're gonna go... Oh, okay, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna throw our shield on. Yeah, since this update, everything is way more aggressive. The bone sharks in particular. So I'm gonna have to dodge to not bash into this guy.
Warning, calculating.
And they're looking for some more. We're not taking a lot of damage though, so I'm not that concerned. And when you see this lovely plant, this is the only one like it in the game. And there's a whole codex entry for it, and it has some funky stuff to do with the story, I assume. When you see this guy, you're kind of in a safe zone. The Lost River suddenly turns blue in here, and it, if you see the temperature on my lower left there, it just went to 4 degrees. It's cold, cold water. And these jelly guys, oops. I forget what these guys are called. They might be jelly rays. I think they're another derivative of the jelly rays. Are quite friendly. They don't do anything. Now I have another base stashed over here, and before the update I had air pipes running from the base all the way over to this tree. But after they put this June update in, my air pipes disappeared, and I've been too lazy to put them back in. And yeah, they still didn't fix the bug where you can see all the contents of your base. Now this one, there's one little volcano down here, so I have thermal power generators running this guy, just to make sure it's all safe. So you see, we're heading over here. Now I'm just going to hop off and get some food and water, so since this area is kind of safe. And since our lights are still on, eat some potatoes. So you see the gear I have set up here. I usually have a couple of first aid kits and some water. Eat a couple of these. And if you end up eating too much of one particular thing, you will puke and lose life. Okay, so I gotta put one of these guys back in. Switch container. I'm gonna have to raid my water stash. And if you guys know who Markiplier is, you can get a funky bobblehead of him in LifePod 7. It's a little weird to make, you need some materials for it. This is my other food stash, so I'm gonna grab some of these just in case I need them afterwards. Put my knife away. There's the fire suppression system that I mentioned before, and this interface actually is pretty good. It shows you where damage is on the ship. I'm gonna turn these off because it's just easier to see. Yeah, it'll put little blobs up and show you, if you step to the side, it'll show you which side of the ship it's on, which is handy. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Let me just check my power. Okay, I just out of paranoia, I'm gonna go swap some power cells real quick. I have all the big ion power cells, as well as I have chargers on each side. I'll hold these guys. Okay, so you're at 21. So we're going to put 100 on you. You are mostly charged, so I'm going to take you off and put this other guy on to charge up. So at any given time I have like 4 of these things charging, because they take a long time since the update. But if you keep an eye on your power, it's handy. And actually, going around here, you can physically swim in this stuff. If you try it on the green stuff, it will kill you. So just keep that in mind. And this little ledge, see, there's our next waypoint for Lost River entrance to lava. So back where we were, where it was all green, you know, that's where the Lost River is, so explore to your heart's content. This is just a way farther down to the next section, and I have caught myself again. I guess we gotta go this way around it. You can't be quite so reckless on steering anymore. Mostly it's because of the noise generation. I used to like it when you could just do silent running and not have your engine going. Now I'm gonna pop my lower camera on again. Is this the one? This isn't the one. This is the one. So there's this lovely tree. Oh, these membrane plants. Just take note, you're gonna need one eventually. I'm not gonna tell you why, but you will need one. This is a good place to pick them up. As well as there's nickel and stuff in here, and I can't remember, there's some other cool stuff to pick up in this area. So we're gonna keep descending. Down, 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 down. And you find this lovely, funky, blue waterfall. The one thing to remember, if you're in the blue area, I have not run into any aggressive creatures in here. So you can go out and swim with these guys and poke them and scan them and they don't do anything. Which is nice.
Warning, cavitating.
So, you see the color starts changing. Now I'm going to pop up this screen again. So the biome, it says unknown. See the color starts changing and there's some orange down there. So you can kind of guess where we're heading to, and it is kind of hot. Now I think I'm going to try heading this way. I'll bring up my other camera again so you can see we are heading southeast. And it is now, if you look on the bottom left, 50 degrees. It's hot. If you go swimming outside, if you have to do repairs or whatever, make sure you're wearing your reinforced dive suit. You will take far less damage. Down there are... what is that? Kyanite, I think. You need the prawn and the drill arm on the prawn to get that stuff. You cannot pick it up otherwise. That stuff is all over the place down here. And there are some other beasties down here, which we will run into shortly.
Warning, cavitating.
At first I thought they were some kind of funky sea lion. They're not sea lions. They're lava lizards. See them shortly. Now there's one of those friggin' power leech things. They will follow you relentlessly, and if you don't kick them off your ship, they will eventually drain all the power out of it. And when you have a lot of the ion cells, it takes them a long time, and if you keep moving, a lot of the time they won't latch on. But if you're sitting there and your ship is powered off and you're losing power, there's a good chance some of those buggers are stuck to your ship. So you'll have to go out and clean them off. I usually just knife them until they leave. Sometimes they come back, in which case I chase them down and kill them until they float away dead. Okay, yeah, there's another one. And actually you can use your camera sometimes to spot them if they're latched onto your ship. You can see that little bugger's following me because you can smell the power. Oh, hey, sorry buddies. Oh, and I don't know for sure if you can drive under the lava. I would advise against it. You can do it with the... in the Lost River you can go through the blue stuff just fine. But I don't know about the lava. I assume it would probably damage your ship. See, these little bastards are just following every which way. And they want to latch on. Now I am surprised we have not seen lava lizards. Last time I came down here they were all over this area, hoarding and swarming and every other thing that I can think of. There's one over on the left. And they get a little bit mean. Actually, I'm going to keep going this way. Yeah, here we go. Okay. We're going to have to get on this way because I am going to need to hit some of our defenses soon. There's something else down here that's far worse than the lava lizards. When you see it, you'll know what it is. That's the lava rays. They're totally friendly. So when you're going through this, I mean, if you're only getting hit by a couple at a time, don't be too concerned. When you start getting swarmed is when you need to pay very close attention to what is happening. You see, I'm just following my way over to my red waypoint over there. Oh, I hear you. That is what I am afraid of down here. And he is right there. Okay, so we're going to kick on silent running. We're going to kick on our regular speed. We're going to move a bit faster and get our butts out of here.
Warning, calculating.
He's growling and he's a little ornery. That's him up there in the distance. So that's an entrance to the lava castle that we're just passing. Take note of the coordinates if you need them. There's stuff in there you'll need eventually. I don't remember what at this point. So basically I'm going around this mountain. And as soon as our stealth mode wears off... which apparently it may have, I am going to go back to regular speed. I saw you. There's an infected lava lizard. Okay, our damage is still okay. We're not bleeding from the orifice or anything. This is what we want, that lava pit to PCF. Okay. Throw my shield on. This is where we're heading. I'm going to throw the lower camera on. That is not the one we want. There's all kinds of bad crap down here, by the way. There's warpers all over the place. What we are looking for is a trench. Another trench. Which is just over this. You'll see bones all over the place. That's bones of leviathans and stuff. And apparently, according to the lore, it's the sea dragons drag them down here. Okay, and I just picked the wrong way to go. This is the trench we want right here, and I completely missed it. I'm going to turn around and hope to hell that I'm not taking too much damage here. Because what we want to do is descend straight down this. And you actually get a little bit of a reprieve once you start dropping down here. So I'm just going to start dropping straight down. We don't care about the warpers, we care about the lava lizards that are lurking around here. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't bash onto the walls as I go here. So you see we're in a really, really, really super hot zone. And where we are heading to, let me pop back to the regular camera. Okay, we're bleeding a little bit. See, it shows damage is on my upper port side. So I'm going to jump out there and fix this real quick after I... okay, I'm going to have to eat a potato or two. So I always get paranoid about this stuff. You will need your repair kit. I usually check the radar real quick to make sure nothing's about to murder me when I go out. And he will start gasping and moaning and complaining and all the rest. Because it's friggin' hot down here. Okay. So that damage was up here, right? There it is. So repair gun. Fix that real quick. Since we're here, I'm going to take a quick look for those leeches. Because I may not get the chance again. You're okay, you're okay. All the noisies. Oh crap, there's one. Okay, he didn't see me. Come on, you can do it. Get on.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay.
All systems online.
Up we go. I'm going to suck back some more water. Usually if you're wearing the still suit you don't have to worry about this, but I am more concerned about heat right now. Okay, so we're dropping down. Down, 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 down. Heading to the south. Now if you were to map this out, if you're following the planetary map, you actually go quite a long way from where you began. It's the same with the entrance. There's a big entrance from north of the Aurora that is pretty much in complete darkness and you'll have to rely on your sonar a lot. There's actually another developer tool you can use, which if I have time I'll show you after.
Rig for silent running.
We're just going to kick our silent running on and speed up a bit here.
Ahead standard.
You can see the heat that we're dealing with here. It's now 70 degrees. For my American friends, that's the primary containment facility in front of us. For my American friends, hey buddy, I hope you don't touch me. Figuring out Celsius, if we were to convert this to Fahrenheit, the rough estimate, you double Celsius and add 30. So, you know, we're sitting at 70 degrees Celsius. Oh, he pushed us, he's pushing us, I'm moving. So double it and add 30 is 170 Fahrenheit. If that helps give you guys an indicator of how hot this is. On a hot Canadian day, we're looking at maybe 35 degrees Celsius. Which, you know, people who live in Arizona have that all the time. Okay, he's kicking me around here every which way. So I'm gonna go hide over here. This is where my other base is, assuming I can get there without kicking me around too bad. We're not taking a ton of damage, but I always get concerned when we start bleeding out of the main hub there. I'm gonna power the ship off.
Warning, external hull damage detected.
Yeah. It seems if you power it off,
Powering down.
they tend to leave you alone a little more. So yeah, my other base is, well, almost 90 meters back there. For my American friends, a meter is roughly 3 feet. If that gives you an indication. A meter is close to a yard. It's a little bit shorter, not by much. So if that helps. So yeah, that's how you get down to this area. I am actually... Yeah, there's one of our little lychee friends. So I'm going to have to deal with that bugger later on. I'm going to give you a quick show of this base, because it may help you to organize yourself when you get down here. It will require you to bring a ton of resources with you. So this is the side of the primary containment facility, which is actually quite a large facility. There's lots to explore in it. I'm not going in there right now. I'm just going to get over top of my base and hope they stop touching me. Come on. I forgot to turn the ship off. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. It won't let me touch the steering wheel now. Anyway. So that's the gist of it. Here's your, if you look again, there's your coordinates for where the PCF is. That green light over there is the entrance. My base is over here. My base looks like it's leaking from somewhere, so I'm going to have to do some repairs on there. Oh, there we go. Pilot's up. So, with that, hopefully this bugger goes away now. There he goes. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. Here's it showing us all our damage, so I'm going to have to go do repairs and whatnot. But anyway, that is the gist of how you get down here. So as I was doing this, building bases, it took me... The ship is floating away. It took me quite a few attempts to get down here. Also because I was building bases on the way, so it takes a ton of resources. The other suggestion I'm going to give you is, if you look down here, build tons of lockers. These are the ones built into the ship. Build tons, anywhere you can fit them. I tend to label them from either where I found them or what's in them. Aliens, gears, all stuff I've made, titanium, ingots, all that. You'll need buttloads of titanium. Over this way at the exit. Corals, you'll need those for making batteries and if you're making clean water and stuff. And this one, I was mucking around on the sea treaders path, and those guys drop, let me fix this, they drop sea treader feces. Now, I don't think this thing actually works yet, I haven't been able to find out what it does, but it looks like giant piles of dookie, and I'm assuming it helps you grow plants or something eventually. So I've been holding on to those to see what I can do with them later on. Anyway, I hope this helped you guys out. If you liked it, throw some likes in there, throw some comments in there, everything else, and we'll see you in another video. I'm going to start a new playthrough of this game actually, and I'll probably film most of it, maybe get rid of the boring parts, but hopefully that'll help you guys out figuring out what you need to do and whatnot. Anyway, that's the way down here. Here's your coordinates again, and again it says player biome lava lakes. This is where the PCF is. So in the meantime, go enjoy some of my other videos, take a look at them. I've got a bunch of story-ish ones on there from Telltale series, and I'm going to be working on a new one soon when it comes out. There's Minecraft Story Mode comes out in about another week, and in August is another expansion for XCOM 2 that I'm pretty excited about. I have not done any filming for XCOM, but I have been a fan of that game since the originals, so more than likely I'll be doing something for that. And as always, as Vader likes to say, no disintegrations. I'll see you in another video. Take care.